This is Drees TV Live number 4, meaning the last night in America for all WTU correspondents and moderators that are on their way to Colombia as we speak. There's one there on the ground right now. There are the other 12 remaining here in the States. On we have Moreno, we have Mr. B. Bourne from Alabama, somewhere down south. Also, we have in the flesh himself, Sasua, Dominican Republic. Send shout outs to everybody in my into this chat room as well as the other chat room. GRGR49, Big Star, Stephen O, Big Ant 3, Love Entertainment, Diesel Max, BK Boss, Troy C, Tampa Twine, Miss 443, Rio 01, Brave Hearts of Crypto, Big J's Escape the Sasua, Wine E, A Seller, 22GD, Jackson G, the Worldwide, what's happening, Big Time, and Ray Z. These people here on the panel are those that are going with me to Colombia, and some of you go heading there after. Who's been there before? For the people on the panel, who's been there before?
Brian, I've been there to Colombia.
Richie Rich, I've been there.
Well, to the people that have been there before, what can you tell the people that haven't been there before that might have been to a place like Sasua? What can you tell them the differences in things that they're going to see?
Well, you're gonna see. I mean, you're not gonna see a whole lot of begging.
Oh yeah.
You're not gonna see that, but some people you might see a little bit of it, but not a whole lot, man. A lot of women, man. A lot of clubs, a lot of bars, a lot of options, hella options. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like you can go from one part of the city all the way to the next, and I mean it's a party every fucking where. Club, bars, shit. It's girls everywhere, man. You know.
Can you pick it back off that, Brian?
Yeah, man, I can pick it back off that, man. He's right. It's a lot to do every day of the week. A lot of bars, a lot of nice people. You're not gonna hear too much English, but get your Spanish up. Just your basic Spanish, basic conversational Spanish will work. But you probably not gonna hear anything in English at all. Maybe in some of the a bar that might some English people might frequent. You might hear like some music, but even with some of the music, they're kind of behind the times. I mean, I walked in one place and they was playing MC Hammer, and everybody was jamming in there. I was like, man, what's going on in here? Did I step into a time machine?
Right. Well, that said, when was the first time you visited Colombia?
Exactly 1 year ago. Well, it was in January, so I would say 10, 11 months ago. It was my very first time in Colombia. I've been 3 times since then. My very first time, I was supposed to stay a week. Ended up staying 2 weeks. My second time, I was supposed to stay a week. Ended up staying 3 weeks. And my last time, which was in July of this year, I was supposed to stay for 2 weeks and ended up staying over a month, about 5 weeks. So next time I go, I might just stay.
Right. Man, shit. Well, what do y'all think about with everything that's going on in Sasua? Y'all think we gonna end up having any problems over there in Colombia?
Just based off of what my buddies say that live there. I know guys that live. I don't know anybody that lives in Sasua, but I know guys that are they're Dominican and they live in Dominican Republic. They've been there their whole lives, and they were saying they don't think it'll kind of taper off here, after a while. from what they understand. And it's not like it's not like it's gonna be super dangerous where you're gonna go down there and you're gonna end up getting in, getting into some trouble. But as long as people go over there and just do their thing and everybody's cool, shouldn't have any issues. But always be careful. Be careful anywhere you go. Anywhere you go, you still have to be cautious.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Shit. Well, what you well, how many people here have been to Sasua but not Medellin?
Yeah, right here.
So you've been to Sasua.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure you had a nice time in Sasua.
I loved every time I went.
All right.
Sasua is a beautiful place, beautiful people, a lot of things to do, clubs, restaurants, and the positive energy down there is infectious, man. And a lot of times you get to meet a lot of positive brothers as well.
Right down to it down. Okay, excuse me. But I'm gonna be make sure I interview you after this, to see what you think is better, whether it be Medellin or Sasua. I'm
Yeah.
guessing I'm guessing you're leaning towards Sasua right now, but say 8 days from now might be a little bit different.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard though, man, because I'm a beach dude, so I love the beach.
Right, right,
So
right, right.
so I heard the water, it's like a landlocked town, but I'm open minded, so I'm just going down there to have a good time and see what it's like.
Indeed. Well, I just wanted to touch base with y'all, at least speak with y'all at least one more time on American soil. I wish it could have been on a grander scale, but the first thing that happened is my computer goes down, and I can't really, get at things the way I want to, speak on things I really want to. So I just want to go ahead on and get through this real quick and end things off with speaking on the Medellin itinerary from tomorrow all the way till Friday. You know, and that's pretty much me, Richie, Nick, Neil will be there. And the whole deal is with the four of us is we're going to determine the place for the meetup. At the meetup, that's when we'll do all the things like talk about group etiquette. If you saw the latest post that I put out on YouTube earlier this evening, you'll see that I was speaking on something that for the group meetup, talking about group etiquette moving forward, how we should move resource pooling, as well as full group travel, as well as things that's going to bring us back to Medellin. One of these things being investments, you know. And while I'm also thinking about it while I'm there, I didn't want to speak on it right now, but I'd rather wait till I get to Medellin to talk about it. Was the WTU T-shirts? Well, I had spoke to somebody and I had got a deal for a package on 24 shirts, and I'll break down that deal. And while I was thinking about breaking down the deal in Medellin, instead of just breaking the deal down, I'm thinking about why don't we just go get the shirts in Medellin? What y'all think about that?
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea, man. I'm pretty sure it may even be a whole lot cheaper.
You get it
Yeah.
turned around fast enough?
Huh?
Can you get it turned around fast enough? That's gonna be the thing.
Oh no. Well, I'm thinking about it. They making 3D guns now, so shirts shouldn't be no problem. You know, and if anybody is well, if you don't mind, could you please send a link to Derek because he is. I
I
told
did.
him to reach out to you like 5 minutes ago, and he's still asking me questions. But it is what it is.
I got a question for the group though.
Yeah, I
Has
was
it,
just about to say that.
has anybody been to both DR and Medellin?
Yes.
So
Yeah,
what's
yeah, I
what's
have.
your what's your thoughts on both? Like, give me a scale of 1 to 10. Your thoughts on DR and your thoughts on Medellin, and what makes the difference between the two?
You go ahead, Brian. Oh,
Um,
well, that's just me then. All right, well,
are they hear you? No, I've been there, but I'll let you talk. You go ahead.
well, to me, Medellin is like Manhattan, and and the school compared to Medellin is like comparing uh, Manhattan, New York to like Lexington, Kentucky.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay, that's
Exactly.
interesting.
it's two different experiences for me. I'm not gonna say one is bad and one is that good. Is that they're just that different, you know? But I guess that comes from being around a whole bunch of people who go out to both places, you know, for P for P, you know. But when you step away from that, when you step away from that whole aura of P for P and Pomegranate, Medellin holds the upper hand, hands down.
Okay,
You
okay,
know,
cool.
if I had to go and visit for the women, I'm going to Medellin. If I had to visit for the business, I'm going to Medellin. If I had to visit for the food, I'm going to the meat market. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to Medellin. So everything to me is leaning toward Medellin. You know, Medellin is spaced out as compared to Sosua is just one little strip. Yeah, it's a concentrated strip where you're going to find what you want quickly, but after a while, it loses the novelty.
Yeah, I feel the same way. There's a lot more to. I feel like there's a lot more to do. Now, I'm a little different because I've only been to Sasua one time, and it was back in 2012, and I was only there for maybe 3 days. I think I left on my fourth day, so I can't really even say 4 days. I was on there 3 days, and um, so I didn't really get the full effect. But um, I've been to um, Colombia a lot, and I've been all over Colombia. So I've been to the beach part of Colombia as well. It's called Barranquilla. Barranquilla will remind you of somewhere like Miami, but way cheaper. You know, probably the nicest hotel in Barranquilla is going to be the I forgot the name of it right now. It'll come to me in a minute. But you right there on the beach, you in a high rise hotel overlooking the beach, and I think the highest price room maybe $80, $90 a night. You know, whereas in Miami on the beach, you're looking at $300-400 a night. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's you have a much better time. I did, and I've been all over the United States. And like I said, Colombia and DR, like I said, it's like comparing something small to something big. You know, I mean, I've been to Bogota. Bogota has 10 million people. Medellin has about 2 million people. I'm not really sure how many people Sosua have, but even with it packed with a lot of tourists, I don't think they have even a fraction of that. So that's just my experience. But I really like Medellin. They have a lot of bars, a lot of different areas to go to, a lot of variety. You know.
Okay, cool, man. What about the same question for Brazil? Anybody been to Brazil versus Medellin?
I can't speak on Brazil. I've never been there, so I'll let one other guys talk.
All right, Ornell's. I think he's the only one in here that's been to Brazil. Can you guys hear,
Yeah,
man?
yeah. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Hey, guys,
Yeah,
try to mute yourself because it's a lot of background noise. I muted a few of y'all, but try to mute yourself when you're not talking. Go ahead, Ornell.
yeah. How y'all doing? I've been to Brazil, but I can't make the comparison as of yet. Tomorrow will be my first time actually going to Medellin. But as far as Brazil goes, it was a great place for me. I don't have anything bad to say about it. Um, just like if you were going to Medellin, like anywhere else that's a foreign place, I'd advise you, pick up on the local language a little bit. That definitely will come in handy. It helped me. Um, the people are nice. The ladies are extra nice. Everything, once you get to Rio, everything is pretty much in the general area, like Lapa, you have Empanema, Copacabana, all that's pretty much about 10 or 15 minutes away from each other, give or take. So as far
Yeah,
as
I'm
getting
glad you
around,
brought
things
that
of that
up.
nature, it's pretty convenient. So
Yeah, I'm glad you
you,
brought that up, man. Brazil is huge, man. Everything is a 20-minute decision.
right. So I mean, just for me, it was just right there.
Drees, you still there? Drees.
Oh, Drizzy, think he
I
muted,
guess
man.
I guess he might be muted, but I don't want to take up all the time asking questions. But what about Asia? Anybody been over to Asia?
No, not yet, man. We got one guy going to Philippines this week, and he's going to
Damn it.
um, Philippines and I forgot the other town. Uh,
Okay, cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
one
I,
thing
I, I
one thing I
Thailand.
want to add too was, and Dre spoke about it earlier in the actual group, but make sure you got your finances right as far as your debit card. Make sure you talk to your bank. Make sure you got your, whoever, talk to someone who's been there before or might know the best place to exchange your money, things of that nature. Years ago when I went to DR, it was my very first time going to DR, and I've been to Europe a lot, but I hadn't been to South America. And Europe is a little more friendly when it comes to that. But I was in DR and I got there like on a Thursday, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday. By the time Saturday came, I used my card so much that I didn't tell my bank that I was going, and they cut my card off in the middle of the night on a Saturday night, and I needed money, and they cut my daggone card off, and I had to call my mama and tell her to wire me some money until Monday, man. So just something to think about.
Yeah,
Indeed.
As far as
Yes.
Brazil goes with the exchange rate, there's one place that I know of that I went to when I was there, and it's on Senora Copacabana. That is by far, if you're gonna go exchange your money, that is the best place, the best rate that they'll give you, in my opinion. When I went there, it was like 4.16 to the dollar. They were giving me 4.05 to every U.S. dollar, so they were charging me like what's that, 12 cents, something like that per dollar to exchange my money. So every time I gave them $100, they gave me back 400 and some change. And I didn't. Matter of fact, I came back with money. That's how good it was. So
And to
it was
piggyback off
nice,
of
man.
that, to all the brothers that's gonna be staying on Coretta 42, that is not too far from Parqueades, and not too far from Parqueades on Cali 10 is a uh exchange park, exchange place. Now to the people that's coming in, I suggest if you like or if you need, I do have Margarita on deck. She could come pick you up from the airport. She hit you with a nice little flat rate, about $20 to $25. So if it's anybody here that needs that information, I'll get that to you, or just have her contact you, or just leave her your her information with you. But going into the chat room, Jackson Jeter asks, uh, do you need a car to get around Colombia? Well, to be quite honest, you gonna have so much fun just walking outside. You might not need a car. You like when I was there last year, I stayed in primarily one particular spot and barely went out. Like when I got on the train and went here and then went there, it was no problem. But I had enough fun, enough people, enough festivities going on right in the area where I was last year. So I'm thinking I moved away from these festivities, and here it is. I done moved into another area of fucking festivities. I'm sorry, but I know I need to keep it PG. But no, you probably don't need a car. If you busy going everywhere, you might need somebody to give you a ride every now and again. But a lot of the places, even though they seem far apart, Uber seems like a good option. But as far as the chat room is concerned, shout out to Jackson Jeter Worldwide. Shout out to Kevin Jimenez. Shout out to LJ 2014. Um, Going back into speaking about the meetup in Colombia. Also at that place, did I say we were gonna take votes on certain things? Did I cover that already?
No,
Uh,
you haven't covered it, but I think you asked about it before. Yeah, taking votes, and yeah, I'm
Yeah,
cool
we're
with
gonna
that.
take a couple votes on some things, and shout out to James Jones. I see you right there. You just came to the chat room, but we're gonna take votes on one first thing first, of how we gonna do these T-shirts, and if we find a place that's of decent pricing. Another thing we're gonna take votes on is where we are going to go in 2019 as a full group. Do we come back to Medellin or what have you? But it was something else I wanted to talk about too. And by the time I get to Medellin to be with y'all on that Friday, I'll be done figured out. But I don't forgot what the shit was. But every, everybody knows the itinerary about from from all the pub crawls. The only thing is about the pub crawl, I may switch from Tatiana, which was a switch from Jessica, and I might just go ahead on and just use Margarita for everything. But it all depends, and I'll just let everybody speak on that when we get to Colombia. So it's a crazy show, but nevertheless, if anybody have any questions, anything that they would like to add, anything they would like to ask, anything that they would like to suggest.
hey, I would like to say, I think it's probably best if we meet up at in the Poblado area for the meetup, man, because I mean most of these guys ain't never been there, so for them to get to a certain place, it's gonna be a little hard. But everybody should be able to make it to the park area. You know, the park. I think we can meet up, and then it's got bigger restaurants and bars that we can sit and talk.
Well, y'all can research the area. As long as y'all find a spot with a pool table, I'm good. Everybody got a spot. Everybody got a spot to drink. I just like shooting pool while I'm drinking. So as long as you find a spot with a good pool table, we good. I'll do some research myself. But I mean, we might as well wait and hell, instead of voting on that right now, we might as well just visually just put our feet on the ground and get out there and see what's out there. You know, find out where we want to be, and then bring it back and disperse that information into the chat rooms.
Yeah, let's talk about these pants, man. I've been hearing
Mm-hmm.
that it's not a you know like the shorts and everything is kind of discouraged. So like, what's the weather like? Is it heated walking around? Is it cool temperature? You know.
Ain't getting dark.
I was told not to wear shorts out of my domicile. It's frowned upon in that area. So whether it's hot or whether it's cold, I just gotta wear shorts. I mean, wear pants. 'Cause something ain't right with the shorts. That's what I heard.
I wouldn't say it's frowned upon, but it's just certain places you go. Like on a Saturday night, you know what I mean? Like on a Friday night, Saturday night, you're gonna be going to different spots. You're gonna be hanging out, going to different spots. Some spots it might be cool, but some spots you go to, you want to be prepared. So just it's kind of a best practice because yes, it is some spots you go into and people gonna be like looking at you like what the hell, you know what I'm saying? But it's more so of a best practice. Now if it's just during the daytime and oh shoot, if it's just during the daytime and you just walking around the park or around the park or going to the store, yeah, I mean I wouldn't really see it. It's not a I wouldn't say it was so bad. They were frowned upon it. But mainly, like I said, you're going out, hanging out, going to clubs and bars. You know, you might go on, like I said, you might go on one bar and it's cool. Everybody might be wearing short, but you know, y'all be moving around. You might want to go to a nice little club, a nice upscale club, and you want to really go in there, but everybody in there's, I wouldn't say dressed up like Armani suits, but everybody got, you know, slacks on or pants and, you know, dressed decent, you know, as far as the you know, venue, and you got to go back to the spot and change just to go into that spot. So it's more like it's more sort of a best practice. That's just my opinion.
Put it this way. In my opinion, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get out there and see how they dress. And then if they ain't wearing shorts out there where I'm going at, then I won't wear shorts. That that does it for me, you know. Now, what I do have in the arsenal is sweatpants. And I'm wearing my sweatpants every motherfucking way. Ain't no ifs fans about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
But
it's not like in New York where you will be banned from somewhere if you don't wear a certain thing. It's just, you know, just like it's kind of like what Dree said. You know, you want to kind of fit in and kind of, you know, go with the flow. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's not like New York where they're gonna check you at the door and say, "Hey man, you wearing this, you wearing that, you can't come in here." No, it ain't. It's nothing like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much like this, man. You know you about to go to the bar that night. Don't wear no damn short. You know, if you know you're kicking in the daytime, wear your shorts if that's what you want to wear. The temp is not gonna be over 80 degrees, man. It's not gonna be less than 65. So
look, the same sweater you gonna wear on the airplane, that's the only sweater you gonna need in Medellin, unless it rain a lot. But other than that, it's staying between 60 and 80 every day. Like how I, like how I feel here, like how I felt here like 2 weeks ago. That's how I feel there like every day if it don't rain. You know what I'm saying? It's like football. For anybody that play football weather, at the coldest it get, it's football weather. You know, like that 68, 69-ish, you know, where it's not too hot, not too cold, you know, and you're gonna enjoy the weather for sure. You know. Secondly, you're gonna enjoy your surroundings, and then when you start moving around, whoa, you're gonna really enjoy yourself. And that's before you even spend money. You know, that's before you even get to the malls, before you even get to the parks, before you even get to the chicas. You know, but I'm hoping that I'm just realizing I'm thinking that Comuna 13 was just a name, but come to find out, they got a whole bunch of communas. So I don't know who's gonna be down with me, but I'm gonna try to go hit all of them motherfuckers if I can. And I just gotta find out where they at. So that's just gonna be something that's gonna be going into my personal itinerary. So I put an itinerary together for everybody to enjoy themselves, and then I guess everybody got to do their own thing on their own downtime. But just as far as that goes, as far as being safe, um, if anything, if you do dip off, you know, at least let one, two, three people know where you at. You know what I mean? And another thing, for the electric, I remember when Sam and LJ and them was out there in Sasua, they had the electrical problem. So another thing that we might have to do for us, the WTU members that are heading to Colombia, is everybody get a phone number to uh, either myself or Richard or Nick. So that way everybody got a number on you just in case you're gone too long or we don't see you at all. So we could call you and put, somebody got a eye on you or an ear to you, know where you're at or done heard from you recently so we don't have to be worrying about you, you know.
Yeah, I think
So
that's an excellent idea, man. We had the same thing in DR, man. We call it no walking off.
right,
Basically, tell somebody where you at, man. For somebody don't be looking for you for 3 hours, you know.
right.
hey, another thing, guys, I want y'all to talk about it. What kind of budget you guys are planning on spending down there? for the guys that's going. And you
Well,
could do it too, Brian.
myself, anywhere I go, be it international or domestic, I start at $50 a day. So I'm gonna be in Medellin 8 days. So that's like saying make sure you have $450 to $500. You know, so that's pretty much how I do my budget. And plus, if we could sit there and look at 8 Live being the same place doing the same thing on $16, then I shouldn't have a problem with 50. You know, only way I do is if I end up running into some chicks and running the police and had to pay 2 bribes again, which I doubt is gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm about the same, man. I usually budget for about 100 a day, and like if you want to have some different type of fun, it might be a little bit more, you know.
Right.
Yeah, I think I'm falling into that different type of fun category. So my my budget, because I'm gonna be there 8 days.
Mm.
My budget, I'm gonna try and keep between 700 and maybe $1,000. That's it. You know, I'm not trying to go no more than that. You know, that's pretty much it. Between 7 and 1,000. You know, because in my case, I don't drink, I don't smoke, so I'm pretty much just gonna be spending money on food and entertainment. So that's the area I'm falling in there. And if I come back with some money, that's great. If I don't, that's good too. But I'm just going out there to have a good time, learn about the area, and I'm planning on going back soon.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I like to drink pretty much like on vacation, like every day. So I'm budgeting for that as well. I'm including that in the 100, and I know that adds up over time. You know, that's a big expense.
Yeah, me personally, not including, I'm taking out as far as my living expenses, but as far as going out on a daily basis, my daily budget, I put it to you like this: 7 days in Bogota, which is the most expensive city in the country. 7 days, I spent $600, and I had all the fun I want to have, and I spent about $600. So, I would say $100 a day. And like I said, I don't smoke, but I do drink. And I was popping bottles, buying drinks for the homies, and you know what I mean. Hey, I was like Nino Brown. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Once it
Indeed.
start flowing, once the party start flowing, you know,
Yeah. My
folks start
homies was
getting
walking in, and
generous.
I told them, I said, man, like, hey, look, whatever y'all want, I got it. Don't worry about it. I got it. It's on me. I just say, it's on me, baby.
Yeah, and I also
Word.
want to preface that by saying, like, even though I do a budget of like 100 a day or something like that, I break it up. Like, so I won't go and get all of the money, like exchange all of the money. You know, I just do like, you know, maybe 300-400 at a time, something like that, and then see how I'm spending, and then go back for more.
There you go.
Right.
I know a local guy, not in Medellin, but in Bogota. But maybe you can find somebody that local too as well. He told me the best ATM to go to. He told me, he said, man, you go to this ATM machine here, they got the least amount of fees. I was in Medellin, and I just had, you know, my money. I took my money with me, um, but yeah, yeah. Once you find someone there, or maybe some of the guys on the panel might know. Um, I know one of my homies. He went to Medellin, and he told me that he just Western Union himself the money, and it was less fees. But that may have been just for the area that he was in. He probably couldn't find a way in that certain area. So
Yeah, then on top of that, you might luck up and the exchange rate change for the benefit, like it goes up.
yeah,
So you
you're
might be
right.
able to get a little bit more.
Yeah, I was looking at the chart on there, and it kind of fluctuates. So yeah, you might get lucky. Just look at that chart, go online, look at the chart, see how much it is, and you can, you know, compare and take it from there.
Well, fellas, while we talking about Medellin, have y'all thought of or researched any other attractions in the city. You know, talking with brother
Yes.
Derek, and Derek was talking about doing a Pablo tour.
Yes, I
My
was just
tour
about to bring that up. Has anybody been on the Narco tour? I'm very interested in that.
in a what tour?
Narco.
Okay.
Yeah. And basically
We,
what they
we,
do is from what I've heard, is they take you around to all of the spots and stuff, his former house, his grave, and
Oh yeah,
other places.
they take you to a church where they were dipping the waters and dipping the bullets in holy water. I like, what kind of shit is this?
Oh Lord.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
so has anybody been on that tour or have heard anything about it?
now, but
I think
I
brother
will
Ace went the other day.
I will say that we do have an open slot for Sunday. I just left that open as a day of suggestion. I guess we come together Saturday night if we ain't too loaded, too drunk, or whatever, and we discuss that Sunday. But that's when we supposed to do everything with the house. Are we still gonna be? That's what I meant to say. Taking a vote on. Will we be still doing that?
I'm down.
All right, because I got something that came up, and like I said, it's gonna be a couple things that I want to do that I might not be able to do if I go and take care of this thing in when I get to Medellin. And I'm trying to see about doing that tomorrow, so it doesn't interfere with the rest of my time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys like sightseeing or mountains and stuff like that, or like lakes. But there's one that's called RV Park, ARVI Park. It's pretty nice. Y'all gonna do some research on that.
You're right. I'm gonna take them there.
Hmm.
See, I was there last year, and I could have went to Park Arvin last year, but somebody cut out on me. I
Yeah,
ain't
it's
gonna step on
it's
them.
super nice. You'll love it. You get a lot of nice pictures. If any of you guys are taking your drones with you, you can fly your drone, man. Get some real good shots. It's real nice.
Right. Well, fellas, I thought that this would be even a more festive event, being that it's going to be the last night in America for a majority of us on the panel. But to all the brothers on the panel, I'd like to say thank you for coming tonight. I'd like to thank you, Mr. Richie Rich, for allowing me to use your channel for Dreams TV Live #4. Do anybody have any parting shots that they would like to give before we conclude?
See
I just
y'all
like to say,
brothers in
man, y'all have a
Medellin.
good time, man. Y'all have a good time. And I'll catch y'all on the next one, but I gotta work. But man, I will be online. I will be in the group. I'll be checking my Facebook live. I mean my YouTube live, and waiting on you guys to send me some info, man. Send me some pictures. I want to see all the content, all the stuff you can't put on YouTube. I want to see it in the group. Y'all go have a good time, yo.
Well, I want
Uh,
to know this. Big Boss got the Creep Cam Award in Sasua. Who gonna get the Creep Cam Award in Medellin tomorrow? That's what I want
Yeah,
to know.
man. Who gonna win? Who gonna have that crown? The creep camera crown.
well, I'm be honest with
Big Boss
you.
got that creep cam on lock. You heard me? That dude there, man, he's behind snack machines, behind desks. All he popping out the camera everywhere. You heard me? You know what
Well,
I'm saying? that boy was something serious with that creep cam.
Say
I want
ninja.
to know who's gonna step up to the plate, dog. Who gonna do it? Who's gonna do it?
I would say something. I'm gonna say something later, but my thing
Oh,
is, my thing is, I ain't got my video camera ready for no creeps. I got A1 miles coming to my shit. We ain't doing no creep cam. If I
Oh, I
can't tell you to stand up and let me take a picture, then fuck it, ain't gonna be no picture. You know what I'm
oh,
saying?
bro.
I'm gonna be straight up real with them. I ain't gonna be with them all. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them think they come and stay all night with me. Nah, I ain't doing that. Wake
Hey,
up
bro, that's real. that kind of spooked me, like, bro. Like, I don't know if I really want to have a female up in the room, and when I close my eyes and go to sleep and get the snoring, bro, you know, she get the wandering around and shit, dog. Kind of, I ain't feeling too hot
You know,
like that, bro.
I'm just saying, that girl, that GFE shit. I done had that dream where I done went to sleep with the girl, and then I woke up, and when it opened up the closet, and the closet said, with nothing in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? So, I done had that dream of being robbed, and I ain't trying to go there. So my thing is, I'm gonna do you and let you go on about your business.
That's real. When you go to sleep, you gotta go home. You know, ain't no hang around.
Right,
I'll call you back tomorrow, but when I go to sleep, you gotta get up out there.
right. I ain't dealing with that. There.
Hey, Derek,
Anybody?
is
Huh?
Derek here?
No. We finna get ready to go ahead on and shut it down. I'm finna get ready to go get on the plane, man. I'm finna go get on the plane.
Derek, you in here? I can.
Well, you have a good flight, Jedi. Be safe, man.
Hello.
Man, who is this?
Hey, this is Derek. What's up, fellas?
What's up,
Oh
D?
man,
Y'all
I
didn't
got
even let the man
I
talk.
got on kind of late, man. My bad.
it's all good. Just don't be late, Medellin, player. That's all I can say.
Y'all
Yeah,
didn't let the man talk, man. What's up? What's on your mind?
Oh no, it's all good, man. I just wanted to say hello to the bros, man. I look forward to seeing you cats in Medellin.
Word. We
This
did. You know what, Richie?
yo,
You bring your laptop to whatchamacallit?
most likely.
Well, we definitely gonna have to do it again with everybody on the panel live. You know what I mean? Everybody just be in the same building. We ain't gotta, do the same setup. Marino keep his little stuff up or whatever. Keep his little Marino paper page up there, just like this. Everybody still been in the same building yet separate from one another. So whoever could show footage in their area could show footage in their area. Or wherever they at, be it they in the club or somewhere with Wi-Fi, or be it in their own apartment.
That's what's up.
I think everybody gonna be pretty close to each other, huh? From what I saw on that map you had put up.
No, that Memphis not close together, player. Trust
Oh, it's
me.
not.
Even though it ain't nothing more than a $3 to $4 Uber ride, we are a nice bit apart. You know.
Oh, all right.
But I will be. I went and got me some new Nikes just to do me some walking. I'm hoping I can find somebody to let me borrow their skateboard or their bicycle or something because I won't move around. But I ain't trying to move. I'm trying to move at a pace where I see as much as I can of every little thing in Medellin. Because the first thing I'm doing when I get to Medellin is go back and do all the shit that I did last time better than I did
Right.
last time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I saw them Nikes you had posted, bro. Them joints fresh, bro. Like
Oh
they
yeah,
look good and comfortable.
yeah. That's all you need right there. I just couldn't do the little running shoes that I had because they all light at the top. Man, shit. Man, them bitches. I couldn't I couldn't make it through another country with the Nikes I had. I had already been through. I done already stumped through 3 countries with them.
This might be a little bit off topic, bro, but y'all know where they got some buffet spots out there?
And
I'm
what?
greedy. I'm greedy, dog. I ain't lying. They got some nice buffets, bro. I can just go sit down and just eat everything I want to eat.
Don't worry
On
about it.
price.
We gonna find all that tomorrow. By the
All
time
right.
we go to sleep tomorrow, we gonna know where our meetup gonna be for Friday. You know what I mean? Yeah. And we might have some speakers intervening tomorrow. Not sure yet. But another
Hey,
thing though, if I don't do all the lives, I will be in the hospital in Medellin.
hey, bro,
It's,
keep us posted on that, bro. You know, you in the hospital, bro. I come holler at you, bro. Make sure you all right and shit, you heard me? I ain't, you know, no soldier left behind, you know? That shit.
I'll be all right. I'll probably be a little groggy or whatever, but for the most part, I'll for sure let 3 people know. So Once again, everybody, we'll be in town tomorrow, and we'll be researching the area, possibly finding a nice little pool hole where we can get our drink on. That's not too far away from everybody's Airbnbs and hotels, respectively. Uh, to others in the group that are not here, that'll be listening on the replay, listening in the chat room. Research the Medellin area, look for other attractions. We do have dead spaces in our itinerary where we could fit things in and go see this, go check that out, look at this, things of that nature. We could just play it by ear. But for the most part, to Brian, to Derek, Moreno, Richie Rich, Vinny, and to Mr. Waters and the rest of the people in the chat room, this is Drees. And we on our way to Medellin. And we'll see you in the sky. Y'all have a good night, players.
You too, man.
All right. You folks.
Jedi.
Later,
man. Have a good one.
Make that chair spin around, Jedi.
Chair spinning right now.
You had to sneak one in.
Get the lights up. Get the lights up.
Get the motherfucking lights up.
Read the Tinder book. Read the Tinder book.
Read the Tinder book, motherfucker.